All right, all right. Peace and blessings, peace and blessings. Asafo, the Honorable One, Success Scholar, Haki Shakur, me here. Thank you all for tuning in, listening in. Make sure she got this good. Wipe that off. All right, peace, peace. All right, I'm going to do this piece. A lot has been going on. I wanted to call this piece Brother Polight Takes a Bag of Money from Baltimore. Umar Johnson is no moral authority. And Sarah shooting Seti, he's kind of all right. All right. Let me just start with, and I'm happy that I wasn't the only thinker, reader, scholar that noticed or recognized that with Brother Polight's coming to Baltimore and getting paid to do so, it's really just go to show that there are some dead people in Baltimore that gravitate towards, for me, just ignorance. Now, what I mean by that, for the most part, this past year has been a avalanche for me in terms of getting the right knowledge, showing up at the right places, listening to the right people. But from what I see, that some people have attempted to gravitate towards this ignorance, this street slash cultures. They call it cult consciousness, but it's really like a hip hop theme with a little bit. People feel guilty for still. I perceive it as people feel guilty for being hip hoppers, so they have to cover it up with the Tariq Nasheed type of consciousness, or the now the polite type of consciousness, where you get profanity, where you get uh, uh, a few N words, and you get some threats, and you get all kind of uh, emotional rants instead of scholastic solutions for our community. And so I took another video down a little earlier that I did because I realized that I didn't want to. I didn't want to. I'm sorry. I didn't want to appear hostile. So now I don't necessarily appear hostile, but I wanted to appear scholastic. Now, what I'm saying, for instance, and that was another brother who used the term polite. You left with a money bag, and that was Brother David Johnson. He's a local Hebrew Israelite. He's not one of the ones that yell on the corner, but he's a little weird within himself. You think he knows everything, but he hasn't read more books than me. Just so in case any of you all want to know, or shall I say, he hasn't read the more relevant books in terms of practical application. And so that's the difference between him yelling in the radio and me actually organizing on the ground and transforming through understanding the power of various organizations and institutions. And this is how I've become a power broker, a growing power broker, and a true power broker within the whole state of Maryland. And so while some people are thinking, that YouTubes and doing lectures at different places, is real power. I believe that having access to people that have access to millions of dollars, and actually, in some cases, tens of millions of dollars, could be a better use and strategy of our time management. Like, for instance, this evening, I'm going to a very distinguished business networking event with some key players in the state of Maryland. And this is what real conscious people actually do instead of trying to flip and make music videos and trying to be rappers and trying to hang out with the Floyd Mayweathers and all these other hip rap artists. So with that being said, I wanted to address a little bit of that really the people there didn't get anything. I don't know, but I mean, for the only good thing that he talks about is the tax liens. So if you get anything good out of Polite, just take everything else with a grain of salt, because really only way he made his money was based upon the followers of Dr. York, and he's trying to reposition and rebrand that within a broader conscious community, a conscious community that I definitely within the DMV Baltimore area that I built. So anybody that has come through and built a base have built it on my back, and so and that's without a doubt. And that goes for Umar too, because I was the first one to bring him to Baltimore. Uh, and speaking of that, he just recently did a video where someone called it pull rank, Umar Johnson pull rank. Well, and he said that we need to come together. Yes, in theory, but you're not a unifier. You're not a unifier of people. You've put out comments about slapping other Africans, and so now I mean it's possible that you've grown up from that, but how you gonna one day talk about slapping people and calling the girl a maggot? I mean, like, can you call anybody anything less than a maggot? No. So I'm just saying that sometimes people forget what they put out there, and now you're trying to pretend that you're bringing some healing to our community, or some type of unification and peace, when you have not even begun to apologize for the levels of hostility that you have planted, the threats against individuals. And so and I've seen it. I've seen the actual threats. I've heard them. So you got to apologize for that first before you try to talk about nobody else. I mean, I don't think nobody said that they were going to threat a particular person like a direct threat. I mean, you directly threatened individuals. So I just think that we need to watch these people, and you talk about nobody is above reproach or above criticism. Well, and that's exactly what I'm saying in your case. So and for those that may not know, uh, and it's interesting because I commented on a video, and I don't rarely comment on a whole lot of these videos. I have other critical work to do, but just with the high level of intensity of what's going on recently, and individuals looking up to these different individuals, I felt the need to do a video because uh, some of these people I introduced to a lot of people via the Harambe radio, or the lectures that I did in the Baltimore area, as well as the Prince George's County area, or in DC. Uh, so I feel a need to clarify my current position and reposition. And it's just interesting how some of these new people, or uh, uh, new people that may not necessarily know me, they like, who are you? Because I'm not doing hundreds of YouTubes every day, and I'm in places, and I see that for the most part, you don't necessarily have to be in the space of doing lots of YouTubes or speaking all over the country to be a millionaire, or as well as to to build your brand, to build your business, depending upon the industry that you're in. And I know, for instance, that my brand will continue to be built. Uh, but to answer that, I have to go back to a key point, maybe about 4 or 5 years ago, where we had uh, some individuals that I was building certain things with kind of got distracted by a Baltimore-based law enforcement officer. So we have situations where individuals will come into your space and manipulate the elders and really degrade you. So I had individuals attempt to boycott me, or put it out there to boycott the work of Haki. I was just a Sapo at that time, the honorable one, so that was even before I was the success scholar. And so I just want to put that out there that, there have been people that have attempted to block me, and I had to reposition myself, and I've done that substantially. And so now I'm looking forward to stepping out. I've been attending pretty much everyone's lectures, supporting everyone. Many of these speakers out here, they owe a significant amount of their careers, their life, on what I've done for them. So many of them I've contributed hundreds of dollars towards over the years, uh, and some even thousands of dollars marketing their books, selling their books. I mean, and now I, I have to realize that you can't always carry other people's water forever, and I thought that I was doing the appropriate things for my appropriate age, to be, a young warrior success scholar, to uplift those my peers as well as those elders who are, have done some good work. But eventually, you become you have to realize that you become the master teacher. And that's where I am now. And so I would like to say that for those that would like to hear more from the Success Scholar, yes, I am available. I have some amazing presentations, Survival in the 21st Century. I did that in Newport News. I would love to do that again. Overcoming economic and psychological enslavement. Uh, I am absolutely finishing the work of Dr. Amos Wilson. So it's not necessarily just about me giving a lecture and speaking and, saying that I'm the most feared scholar, or I'm the most requested scholar. I'm the success scholar. And so what I'm saying is that I, I and me alone, I have the only and the best solution to make you a success right here, right now. And so I'm connected to the smartest, most empowered people right now on the planet in history. I've read the most books, and I'm connected and have the best strategy and access than all of these others combined. And so it's without a question in terms of, y'all drink kombucha. There's no question in my mind in terms of who I am and what I've done. For those that like I said, who are you? Like, man, where the hell you been? You've been under a damn rock. So I just realized that some folk, they really kind of climb their asses up out the gutter somewhere, and they just like, I don't do nothing. I just Umar, or I just City. They sit at home and they watch, one or two people all their lives, and this is why I'm the success scholar, and this is why, many of these individuals who have seen me over the years, they are intimidated by my balance, my holistic reality, and as well as the understanding that I come out of that revolutionary spirit, and but I just have that level of business sophistication and historic understanding of what need to happen, and I stayed in learning mode, you know. Absolutely. And none of these folks, they not going to any of the conferences that I'm going to. So they don't have the connections that I have and the people that respect me. And so, and if they don't respect me, to hell with them, because I already laid the track record. Absolutely, already laid the track record for what must be done. So I say, I'm looking for some key people that social media savvy. Of course, I do a radio show. I have a lot of my interviews on eLife Media. You can put in Hakiami and eLife Media. I just did just one called the Year in Review, where I went through everything that I actually did in the new year. I'm sorry, in 2016. So for those that may not necessarily know me, I mean, wherever you've been, just know that this is the most relevant and most practical work for empowerment out of anybody, anywhere at this time. So that's all I have to say. Peace.